Welcome to those online and welcome to those in the sanctuary. I am Dr. Michelle Coleman and I will be leading meditation today. And we're going to do a stepping down meditation into the garden where we will greet whoever shows up for us, because I need someone to show up for me this morning. So I invite you, if you have pen and paper, for whatever it is they share with you, you'll be able to write it down. I'll give you time at the end before I ring the chimes. And know that you are loved and you are supported. As we open ourselves to unseen forces surrounding the throne of power, beauty, and might, we throw about ourselves protection found in the thought of the Christ. And I invite you just to see white light wrapping you from head to toe like a caterpillar in a cocoon, as you are surrounded in this love. You are surrounded in the light of spirit. You are uplifted. And so in this supportive state, anything that needs to come forward, that you need resolution or guidance around, I just invite you to let it come up. So we will count down from 10 to 0. When we get to 0, I will guide you in entering the garden. 10, 9, feel yourself showing up in this now moment. 8, 7, allow your breath to anchor you. 7, 6, and just any thoughts that come forward, thank them and allow them to move on. If there's something critical that they are reminding you about, since your mind is open, just jot it down and thank them and come back. 5, 4, feel yourself going down deeper and deeper into a state of deep relaxation. You might see yourself walking down the side of a mountain or walking downstairs, just going down deeper and deeper into a state of deep relaxation. 3, 2, and when we get to 0, you'll be in a deep state in the now moment, open and receptive. Feel the floor supporting you, feel the chair pushing back as you relax into this now moment. 1 and 0. I invite you to see yourself outside of your garden where there is a big weeping willow tree. Any worries and concerns, I invite you to imagine writing them on a piece of paper and using a clothespin to clip them on the weeping willow tree, trusting that what you release will return with an answer, with guidance and resolution. Just let it go. And once you are done with that, let's return as we face the gate to the garden and open the latch and walk in and see all the green leaves on the trees, the green grass, hear the birds singing their songs, see their colors, see the colors of blossoms on the trees and in the ground, hear the creek and the not too distant pathway. Take in all your garden has to share. Do you smell the fragrance from the flowers? Allow as many senses as possible to come online as you experience your garden. And I invite you now to walk towards the creek. For as you get closer, you will see there is a bench beside the water. And as you approach the bench, you see a loved one. Maybe it's an angel, maybe it's someone you've known in this lifetime, maybe it's a guardian. Just be open to who shows up for you today. As I allow you and invite you to go join them on the bench, greet them in any way that feels appropriate, and then sit and be open to what it is they have to share in the silence. I invite you to be open and receptive to what is shared and allow the sound of the running creek to support you in being present in the now moment. We'll have just a few more minutes with the elder that has come forward for you. So prepare for the closing of this connection. And we give thanks for this opportunity to be supported, to be guided, and to be loved, as we thank those who showed up for us and prepare to move through the garden, taking in the colors, the sights, the sounds, the smells, and even the feelings. Know that your garden is here, available to you anytime you want to return. As we walk towards the gate, giving thanks for this opportunity to connect and be open. And I will step you up, and before I ring the chimes, I will give you time to write what was shared. 0, 1. Feel yourself coming back into this now moment, bringing all that was shared, all the love and support that was felt, bringing that with you. 2, 3. And as we count up, when we get to 10, you'll be back into the now moment, but feeling the love and the connection of what was shared today. 3, 4, and 5. And know that next time you step down, that you can be as deep as you were at 0 by the time you get to 5, and then go deeper still. And if you do this each time, you deepen your meditative practice. 6, 7, feel yourself returning to this now moment. 8, 9, and 10. in the silence, honor what was shared with you. And so we give thanks. And now we have a few minutes before service starts where you can greet one another and prepare. Thank you. Have an awesome week. When you smile.
Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Are we up? Are we live? Are we awake? Still got conversations going on back there? All right, can you guys hear me okay? Awesome, good. My name's Brian Kurtz. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm grateful for everybody here today, both in person and online. Thank you very much for being here. Please turn off all your cell phones, noisemakers, poppers, beepers, clickers, clackers, and anything else that might be going on so that we can maintain the sanctity of our time together. If you're here online, welcome. Soak it all up. Note the stuff that's around. Are we back to closed captioning yet, or was that still causing a problem with the system? Don't know. Hopefully we're okay. If not, apologies. I want to take together. We are transforming our world with the power of love in action. Also, I want to make sure that everyone knows that we have a new tagline at Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. We're an integrated CSL where all faiths are welcome and none required. I like that. I think Cheryl Ray came up with that one. I'm not sure. Yeah, really good. I love that. Zero dogma congregation. Our dogma is love. I guess that's about as far as our dogma goes. I want to take a moment to thank all the folks who are embodying being love in action today and supporting our celebration this morning. Our musical inspiration is, as almost always, Susan Clark.
Morning.
Who's got her special hat, and Margie's got her special hat. I've got my special hat because we didn't remember that we've slid Special Hat Sunday and Bring a Friend Sunday and Birthday Sunday until next week because it's 4th of July weekend. But that's okay. We can go ahead and double down on all of that. Our tech team is Jennifer Wilmer and Cheryl Ray. Thank you guys for being you and bringing it. Our food angels, yes. Our food angels are Mike Hacker and Robert Ruby. Thank you very much. Robert's also been helping with getting all of these flyers out on all the chairs. You guys can check those out. We'll talk about that a little more in a minute. Also want to thank Dr. Michelle Coleman, our licensed Unity teacher, for bringing a wonderful meditation today. She's also, I think, going to be holding the service in consciousness and prayer. Lisa Kerr's here doing the same. Carmela's here doing the same. Thank you guys for holding space. Who's leading our opening prayer? Talia's going to be leading our opening prayer. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. She's always present. And Reverend Gill is going to be hosting our celebration today and delivering our inspirational message. Come on, he deserves some attention too, right? Yeah, okay. All right, better. And just in case you didn't know, we are planning a celebration for Reverend Gill's ordination. We don't have more details yet, but please see Carol Ann. Is Carol Ann here? I don't think Carol Ann's here today. She may be out. But look for Carol Ann and talk to Carol Ann about helping out with Reverend Gill's ordination. We got some more announcements around the bookstore. Gil wants to thank all of the folks who attended the Spirit Bound Bookstore Chakra Candle Workshop. Hope everybody had a great time with that. Yes, that deserves some attention. Thank you. The new Science of Mind magazine is out. Spiritual Healing magazine and Unity Daily Word are all in. Again, birthday folks, even though it's not birthday Sunday because we slid it forward, you can still go into the bookstore and get 10% off any non-sale item if it's your birthday month. So it's not just for this Sunday, it's for any Sunday this month if you can get there. Our July Artist of the Month is our very own Susan Solari. Susan, raise your hand so people can make sure they know who you are. Susan's a brilliant artist who's got a whole bunch of postcards, paintings, drawings. I've got one of them in my home that's just phenomenal, deeply spiritual, that, as I remember, started from an out-of-body near-death experience where she saw all of these magnificent things and then had the talent to actually draw them out in colored pencil. Super, super detailed, beautiful, symbolic work. I've got mine and I love it. Check them out. She's got 4x6 cards and 8 and 11s and 8x11s and 16x20s. And talk about, I mean, for me, I saw it and it was like I had to have one because it, how do I describe it? It's metaphysical, symbolic stuff that's extremely powerful. to witness. If you're not familiar, go to the bookstore, check them out. I hope they move you as much as they moved me. Also, did anyone read Nancy Bauer's message in the newsletter today? Really phenomenal. Really, really, really phenomenal. It's embodying, it's already done. Somewhere in the Bible, I'm no biblical scholar, but I know that there was a thing in there where Jesus said, ask and ye shall receive. That was actually an incorrect, modified translation from the earlier version that Constantine paid this guy Eusebius to alter 323 to 325 AD. What it used to say, which is much more empowering, is ask knowing that you've already received it, and it will be given to you. Yeah. Well, you know, Constantine didn't want to have people be all empowered, right? He wanted to make sure everybody lined up behind the church. Anyway, thank you, Nancy, for that writing. It's really cool. If you haven't read it, go back and check out the newsletter. It's in there. So we've already talked about Hat Day, Birthday Sunday. It's also Bring a Friend Sunday, next Sunday instead of this Sunday. So bring a friend, wear your special hat again. I'm not going to be here. I'll be in California seeing my sweetie who's watching online. Thank you. And I'm also going to make sure that we continue to call for volunteers. If you see something around the place that needs to get done, you're probably the person to be doing it. That's not like a make wrong, that's a make right. Thank you for seeing stuff, for being aware of it, and maybe that's something for you to bring. See Carol Ann. Lots of cool stuff happening in July. On July the 18th, we're going to be having a cookout, 5 to 7 before Solid Grounds, which is going to be a blast. We've got sheets, flyers on the chairs. That's what this is all about. There's a later version of this with a different QR code, but this QR code also works. Please let us know if you're going to be coming. There's also a sheet that I printed out for the community cookbook survey. Years ago, I helped produce a cookbook as a fundraiser. If you've got recipes that you love that you want to share, you'll have the opportunity to bring those, contribute to a major cookbook that's going to go out to everybody who wants to buy one. Click on the QR code on this little sheet or go to the back table. There's another series of sheets there for what you might want to contribute to the cookbook. If you like cooking or if you like recipes or if you don't know how to cook and want to learn, a recipe book is a pretty good place to start. Check that out. On July the 20th, Darlene is going to be doing a, no, you're not. When is it? Not public? Okay, never mind. I apologize. On the 26th, 11 to 2, Denise Sharma, who's one of my favorite healer and energy worker people, is going to be putting together a Reiki healing day, if you will. From 11 to 2 here, Reiki practitioners and other energy workers and light workers will be coming and donating their services. People will be able to get sessions that you can pay for. I think they're 25 minutes and they're going to be changing every 30. But come on in, get some healing from a whole bunch of various worthwhile practitioners. Linda, I think are you going to be a part of that too? I think Kent Barger is going to be in it. I'm going to be in it. There's going to be a whole lot of folks, and all of the money goes to the center. So come in, get some healing, feel better when you leave, and helps the center financially as well. Dr. Michelle Coleman is doing her Journey of One, which is an exploration into the oneness and our inherent connection to all that is. She can probably tell a whole lot more, a lot better than I can, but it's going to be exploring that oneness. She's not only Dr. Michelle Coleman, PhD, she's also a licensed Unity teacher. That's going to be July the 13th at 12:30. Be here for that. And let's see. I know there's got to be other stuff I meant to mention. I'm going to be having my workshop. I have a thing that I do every Wednesday now, just started recently. Every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8 online. For anyone who's read my book, done my workshop, done any guidance work with me, done a comprehensive healing session where we cover what I call the real you conversation and the access the real you principles. We have a Wednesday night call on Zoom. Every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8, see me after services and get me your name and info, and I'll make sure you're on that list. Solid Grounds is featuring Daniel Bowling or David Bowling? Daniel Bowling. Thank you. My writing is so bad I couldn't read my own writing. Doors at 6:30, 7:30 to, or 7 to 9. This guy's like world-class folk musician. I don't know how many people know Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas, Central Texas. He's won awards there. How many people know about the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival? Or you ever heard of Woody Guthrie? There's a Woody Guthrie Folk Festival. He's won their award too. The guy's really good. How many people know the Limelighters from around here? He's one of the original Limelighters. So in case you didn't know, that's who he is. Come and see us for solid grounds on that one. And let's see. A week, yeah, July the 18th. Look for this flyer. Let us know. Click the QR code. Let us know what you'd like to have. We're going to have veggie options, meat options, and should be a whole lot of fun. And if there's anything else, I'm hoping somebody covers me. Thank you.
So good morning, folks. Thank you. So I welcome you. I, by the way, am Chaplain Talia Hiron, also a PhD. I want to welcome you to the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. And today we are going to move from listening to all the wonderful announcements to a center space within our being, where we go within and know that the light is us. And it is especially significant today that we know this light, for much is happening in the world about us. And we need to know we are the light. We have the power, we have the strength, we have the might to call that light up for each one of us in our daily lives, where we make a difference with who we are and who we show up to be. So I ask you now, as you sit here, or you are present here on Zoom or otherwise, to know that light within you. Open to it and let it open to you and know you in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit, in your body, in your emotions. And may you be integrated throughout your entire being, ethereal, physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, all that you are and beyond. And in this knowingness, this beingness, may you have joy. May you know life and also have hope for the future, for the now, for all that you can be and all that you are. For you are infinite like the divine, made as it. To use your tools and your creativity, your powers and your might, to help expand the light on this planet and beyond. You know who you are and what gifts you carry. And so it is that as we take a moment just to drop into that stillness and allow you to imagine yourself carrying the light and giving out your gifts into the world. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. And now I also want to say thank you to a certain young man who has been spending time with us for quite a few months, who will be leaving us shortly, and wish him wondrous success, future life, and everything he does. Robert, where are you? Okay, he's in the other room helping, I know. But maybe we can just all put our light together, our spirits and our joys and hopes and strengths for him as well, to embrace him, surround him, and let him know just what a wondrous gift he is to the world with all that he has. Thank you. And I would also like to ask or add at this time that any of us who have a loved one who may need special prayers for, or we may think that they need special prayers, for one reason or another, that we take just half a moment and send that love, power, and strength that we are onto them. Thank you. And may you always know the light and the power that you are. Thank you. I know this is afterwards, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't ever remember. It's supposed to be done at the beginning. Do it at the end. There we go. It's all good. It's all good.
Thank you, Talia. Why don't you stand for this? You can stand for this. I'm not. I'm gonna remain seated, Bob. But I first heard this chant. I was at Asilomar, 2013, and I did not want to be at Asilomar for various reasons. Talk to me afterwards. But Erica Luckett and Lisa Ferraro were the music team that year, and I walked into a chapel that was very silent and serene, except for this beautiful chant that they kept doing, which is... So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. Same thing. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. Something a little different. I will share, I will share, I will share, I will share. I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so precious, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. Good morning. I am Reverend Gil William Olmsted, and I am the spiritual director here, and I do not have a PhD. My master's is questionable, and I barely got out of UCSB, so there you go. So thank you so much for being here. We just like to hit on what the basics are of New Thought and of Science of Mind and why we're here. And the first thing is, it's all one. There's only one God, there's only one presence, there's only one energy. We know it by different things, and yet it's still one. Secondly, we take time in our lives to be present to this so that we can know this in our own lives. So through our meditation, through our prayer, through our being in community, even through our play, we are connecting with the oneness that is. And we also are powerful in our minds, our thinking, creating what we think is real. So we take some time to just note, where are we making things up and where are we not? A really good question is that true? So often, if there's something I don't know, I fill it right in. And, and that's actually what our brains are designed to do, right? So it's important to just keep an eye on what we think and to reflect back to, is this the truth? And we also know that it's all love. There's only love. So no matter what it looks like, what it feels like, what it seems like, somehow love is always present, always the activity of the day. And finally, sometimes the most difficult to stay with, is that we are each whole, perfect, and complete right where we are. And as Brian pointed out in the scripture, that it is already done. We are already that. So we stand in the truth of who we are. So, that being the case, what we like to do is just amplify that to one another. And so, if we have people who are new with us today, we would love to bless you. If you're online with us for the first time, we want you to receive this. If you'd like to stand and receive it or sit in your seat and receive it, that's fine. But we're going to rub our hands together, and we're going to send some energy out to each other, and we're going to say, we see you. We know who you really are. You are that divine emanation of spirit. You are the light of the world. We give thanks for you, and we welcome you home. Thank you.
Okay. Well, now we're going to have a reading or two once I put on my glasses. Yeah, well, that happens, you know. So our topic today is independence. Is there such a thing? What? I know Dependence Day, but what is the real message? Okay, so say what you will, all human experiences, including those that are spiritual, are set in the matrix of creation itself. Our existence is totally interdependent with the existence of stars, planets, the sun, rocks, water, plants, trees, flowers, birds, rascals, supernovas, galaxies, atoms, the fireball that was the origin of the universe. And this is a brief excerpt from Matthew Fox, One River, Many Wells. It is verbatim except for the rascals. Okay. Now, we had to have a reading from Troward, the Edinburgh and Dora Lectures on Mental Science. And this is a further acknowledgement of that dependency, quote unquote. Now, he says, the great fact to be recognized about unity is that because it is a single unit, whatever and wherever it is at all, the whole of it must also be. It is a necessity that because the I don't know why I stumble on that word, the originating life principle is infinite, it is a single unit, infinite. And therefore, wherever it is at all, the whole of it must also be present. And because it is infinite or limitless, it is also everywhere, all at the same time. And so it follows that the whole of spirit is present at every point in space at the same moment. So spirit is omnipresent in its entirety everywhere, at every moment. This is the fundamental fact of all being. And this great fact is that pure spirit continually exists in the absolute, not partial, not fragmented, whether in a corporal body or not, and from it all the phenomena of life flow, whether on the mental, physical, or other planes. The knowledge of this fact, that everything is from and as the absolute regarding spirit, is the basis of all conscious spiritual operation and creation. And therefore, in proportion to our increasing recognition of this power within us, our power of producing outward visible results by the action of our thought will grow. And so it is. Thank you for listening. Not yet. So we will take a few moments now and go into the silence and think upon what this reading may mean for us. Thank you. And may you take this knowledge of your absolute power to create with you during this week as you go forward. Thank you.
No walls between our hearts, no walls between our souls. Where you began and where I start, may seem different, we're more of the same. Children of the light that never fades. Oh, we are one. We are one. We are one love, one love, there's only one love, all connected from up above. One love, we are one love. We are one love. We are one love. We are one love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One love. Count them, there's only one love. One love. There are no walls between us, no separation to heat us. We stand together as one. They say there is a doorway from heart to heart. But what is the use of a door when there are no walls? No
Thank you, Susan, as always. All right. Good morning. All right. So we did an experiment in class the other night that Marilyn and Maria did, and they set this up for us, and they took a couple paragraphs and cut all the sentences up, and then they handed them out, and then we read them randomly in whatever order we happened to have picked them out of the basket. It's a little how I feel about my talk this morning. I don't know exactly how it's put together, but it's all there. So you may have to sort through it. Oh. So we've just celebrated the 4th of July, which is Independence Day, right? And I don't know about you, but from my house, there was a lot of things blowing up, right? And what it reminded me of was watching TV at the beginning of Desert Storm and seeing Wolf Blitzer report from his hotel room and the view of Baghdad that night as this unfolding event is happening. And there are streaks of light across the sky, tons of them. And then there's explosions popping off in different places. And suddenly the camera would move somewhere else and somewhere else. And the interesting thing is that that's what we're recreating every 4th of July, is this mass destruction of each other. And I was thinking, that's weird. We're creating all these things to look like that. And so, I juxtapose that to sitting out in front of our house, and we're looking at different things and hearing the neighbor's joy as each thing happens, and then actually contributing our own smoke and mess to it. And there we are, all having a good time. Independence. And I think it's interesting that it's celebrating independence, because independence requires nothing of anyone else. Right? If I'm independent, why do I need you? And what do we tell people? You need to become independent. You need to grow up and become independent. If you've got an issue, you should pull up your bootstraps. Well, pull your boots up by your bootstraps. Whatever the saying is, you should do it on your own. Figure it out. I don't know. So there's kind of this thing, and I was trying to think, like, why is that? What is that about? And first of all, as we sit here today in this particular mixture of people, it's not all our fault. See, because I think we've been being lied to for a long time. So you may remember watching an episode of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Do you remember that? Oh, yeah, and the cute little skunks are having babies, and we're finding out how skunks are so important to the ecosystem. And then we switch the channel and we see a Nova special on PBS, and we see how the brain has all these different things happening in it, and it can't just do one thing. It's got all kinds of things happening, and they all depend on each other to work properly. Or maybe you've caught Nat Geographic recently, and we get to see how the ecosystem is so dependent on each thing. If we eliminate one thing from the ecosystem, the rest of it completely changes. And we sort of get the idea that this is all very important in our natural world. But it doesn't get translated to our human world. I don't think it gets translated to the fact that, yes, we're a part of that matrix, but we're also a part of this matrix. We're a part of the national and international scene of the world. We're a part of relating to all those things. And the reality is that we are totally dependent on each other. Not in that sense of, okay, so, see, here's the part where you have to discern. It's not so much that we are dependent and we can't move without others. Because we know, we talk about taking responsibility for our own lives and our own decisions and our own thoughts, right? But that process still requires us to have those relationships, those others in our lives, to learn, to see ourselves, to understand who we are, to get a sense of how to move forward in our lives, to be challenged, to be offered some understanding of the world that we didn't have or don't have or didn't see before. All of that is required for our spiritual growth, for our understanding of life. So for us to say we don't need is a misnomer. And so I thought about that as shifting to this idea of this being Dependence Day. We are dependent, and I know we used the word interdependent earlier, but we are truly dependent on one another, on what we can learn about how to be with each other, how we can receive love, how we can do all these things. It's required. And yet, when we look around in our world, we get the sense that there's an overwhelming thought that there are those who are expendable. There are those who are in the way. There are those who should not, we don't need to deal with. And that's been true, and that's been the foundation of this country. And it continues to be how we act in the world in many ways. And I don't know how we heal that unless we realize that we are dependent, that we are less than. Because if the whole is everywhere present, as Talia said, therefore it must be wholly present everywhere. And if it's wholly present everywhere, what are we fighting against? What are we saying about other people? We're saying that there's parts of us we don't want, we don't need. Because truly, what we're seeing is part of that whole. We're seeing that whole being reflected in a certain way. And in order for us to fully embrace our wholeness, we have to embrace the wholeness everywhere that it is. Is that easy? Probably not. I think it is actually pretty difficult. But I think it starts with just acknowledging with each person we meet, with each interaction we have, with each political thing in the world, each thing where we think there's sides, that we acknowledge that all of them are the presence, and all of the presence is present in every one of them. And we look for the ways to open our arms. We look for the ways to embrace, to bring in, to invite into the middle. We look for how we can graciously work with them. Some years ago, I was invited to speak at a little church in Vallejo, California on Independence Day, or on this weekend. And I talked to them about my memory of as a kid, of driving up the backside of the Sierra Mountains on 395, and you go through a little town called Independence. And not too far from Independence is a little place called Miramar. Or Manzanar. Thank you. Screwed that up. Manzanar. And what is that? That was a Japanese internment camp. That was the place that many of the Japanese from San Francisco and the Bay Area, etc., were transferred to. And at first glance, that's not very fuzzy and warm at all. But the thing that I have learned since then is that there have been a lot of cases, relatively speaking. Obviously, there are a lot of other cases, but there were several cases where neighbors and friends maintained the life that people had, even though they were drawn and pulled out. So what happened was the Japanese in the middle of World War II were now enemy combatants, as we say now, and we need to make sure that they're not spies. So we moved them all, give them a couple days to decide what to do with their property, their stuff, their business. And so many people were selling things at terribly low rates because they were just trying to get something out of it. People were closing the door on their business. They didn't know how long they'd be gone. They didn't know any of this. But there were those people who stepped in and opened the business and made it run. There were those who took someone's house and rented it to someone and sent them the money every month so they could keep paying for their house. so their house would be there when they came back. There were those that worked the farms to keep them viable during the time the people were gone. Those were the ones that were able to come home and reintegrate once this all ended. Even in the midst of this horrible thing and this very unjust situation, there were those who stood in the justice. There were those who stood in the fact that we are interdependent. We are dependent on one another. And as I would depend on them, they are depending on me right now. I am the one who gets to step up. So we, even in trying to show how we don't need a portion of the population, we don't need certain things or certain thoughts or certain beliefs, there is the place. There are those who recognize the truth, and that's who we're called to be. The ones who recognize the truth that we all are required, that all of the beliefs support us, inform us, give us the opportunity to serve and to grow and to be. So how do we do that? I think we do it just by noticing how we respond to certain things. Noticing whether when a certain person walks down the street, we have a thought or a feeling that's separation somehow. Like, I don't trust them. I don't know who they are. That's a houseless person, therefore they're dangerous. Therefore, I don't need them. Whatever the thought is. And we all do it. I'd like to tell you I don't do it. But Nancy would correct me on that. Because we all do. We all do. But it's not so much that we don't have it down perfect. It's that we realize and we take that moment to go, okay, what can I let go of, or what do I need to embrace in this moment to move forward? Do I need to find a way to be in contact with some particular group? Do I need to find a way to be of service in the world somewhere that's a bit challenging to me, that doesn't feel comfortable? How can I acknowledge those around me as the fullness of Spirit right where they are? How do I acknowledge that? And it starts with acknowledging ourselves, first of all. If I don't believe that I am the fullness of Spirit where I am, I'm not ever going to believe you are. So, part of acknowledging the other people in our lives is allowing them to show us those parts of ourselves that we either don't like, or there's parts of ourselves that we don't understand, or there's parts of ourselves that we really love and what we don't think we have them. We don't believe that we can do that. They're better than we are. But we know that's not true. In the world of spirit, there is no better than. Because everywhere it is, it's in its fullness. Isn't that a crazy thought? Crazy thought. So we go back to the simple statement that we're whole, perfect, and complete, because all of Spirit, as we show up, anywhere Spirit is, all of Spirit exists. So if Spirit and I are one, then it must be present. So I would contend that we are dependent on this natural web of life. We are dependent on each other in our community, each other beyond our community, each other in places we've never met, each other in different countries and different understandings. We depend on that diversity of humankind to fuel our compassion, to generate our understanding, to share in the knowledge of what's true. We need different personalities because different personalities spark understanding in us. They give us a chance to see beyond our limited thinking about who we are, who others are. And finally, I just want to say that we need all the gifts that are available in the human condition, in humanity. All those gifts are required for us to fully be who we're called to be. Anytime I hold back a gift, anytime I reject a gift from someone else, I am limiting the possibility for Spirit to show up, for someone else to touch that Spirit, for someone else to understand something that it's time to understand. And if we take the belief that it's all love, then even when something comes our way that feels very uncomfortable, that feels unfair, that feels unjust, we can go to that place of knowing that it's still all love somehow. And we don't have to take it personally. My gosh, if everybody took what I did personally, we'd be in bad shape. Right? Everything. But that, I believe, is part of the key. Not to take things personally, but to take them from the space of knowing that Spirit is present, that love is present, that whatever is before me is the opportunity for me to grow and learn. And I need that. I am dependent on that for my own edification, for my own growth. So I'd like us to take a couple minutes to take that into prayer and just hold it. So I invite those who are with us, who are ministers and practitioners, and to surround the room and to, as they hold this space, symbolize that loving embrace of Spirit that is everywhere present, that is in its allness everywhere present, and therefore in any presence it is in its allness. So I give thanks for this time. I give thanks for this day. I give thanks for this community called Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, for the love, for the understanding, for the willingness to receive, the willingness to be open, to grow, to celebrate together, to ask questions, to doubt, to be willing to work through whatever those questions are, to not see eye to eye on exactly how everything is or should be, but to trust the love. So I'm grateful that this is who we are. This is what we do. We stand in that space of love, and we hold each other through all that's happening. For we know each one of us at different points is working through something, whether it's health, and we just know perfect and divine, absolute unfolding of each body, each living thing in this community and beyond, in our pets, in our children, in our friends, in our grandparents, everywhere. And we hold this truth, this knowingness that all is in divine order for all that we see in our world, for all the leaders in the world, for all of the decisions that are being made. We pray right now that the love of Spirit becomes evident, that only love prevails, that only good eventually reveals itself. And we stand in the knowledge that good is God. Good is the desire of the universe. That good is what is always being created, even when it looks different to us. So we do our part. We stand in the place that we embrace all things. We embrace all humans. We embrace all nations. We embrace all peoples everywhere. And we continue to notice how completely different life would be without any of those groups. And how that would change things. And we know that for us to be the fullness of who we are, we must see that fullness everywhere. So I am grateful for this truth. I'm grateful for this knowledge. I give thanks for this opportunity to be in this prayer time. And I just invite each of us to know that the word is spoken through us, spoken through me at this time. It's not anything I bring, it is simply the opportunity to bring forth the truth of what's already been and already is. And in so doing, I know that this is already done. So I simply let it go, release it, and say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I'd just like to say that out of apparent chaos, perfection was woven today.
Thank you.
It was exactly on time.
Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Susan, are you blessing us with music? Is that what happens now?
I think it is.
I'm confused.
I am too. Cheryl Ray is saying yes, it is.
Okay, well, Cheryl Way says yes, then it's time.
All right, let's see here.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come, I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content, ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name, hold me in the same breath as your word. God, astound me with your grace and your love. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my life out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is me and all I have found. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Spinning like a prayer feels, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals the spirit I've become. Knowing what I'm here for, rowing on to distant shores, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. Spinning like a prayer feels, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals the spirit I've become. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Thank you. Some Gary Lynn Floyd for you this morning.
Okay. There they are. Would you tell Robert they're right there?
Robert, they're right there.
Thank you. Robert, come out of the closet.
There he is.
All right, I asked Robert to go find the baskets, and then I noticed they were sitting on the corner of the counter. Well, we get to come to this time where we acknowledge ourselves, we acknowledge each other, and we have mentioned all the ways people are serving here, both this morning and in many other ways. And we also get the opportunity to give of our abundance. So I invite us all to take out a gift if we have it. If not, just place your hand on your heart, acknowledging all that you give. And speak with me this affirmation. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously. And so it is. And so you're invited, if you're here in the room, to come forward to the baskets. If you're online, there's lots of ways to give. And I know all of us give in different ways, so it's all appreciated.
All I give comes back to me. blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me, blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. All I give comes back to me and blesses me abundantly. Blesses me abundantly, blesses me abundantly, blesses me abundantly.
And so as we give, we receive, and as we receive, we give. And so these gifts are both given and received with love, with grace, with the knowledge that they support this community's vision of love, love beyond itself, love to all those who would find it here. So I give thanks, and I bless these gifts, and I say, and so it is. So I have a little thing today. First, I'm going to start with this. Marilyn Kirk generously wanted to support one of our kids going to camp. And that kid already had things taken care of pretty much. And so we had a discussion. And so that money is kind of going into a little fund that is going to be used to recognize any youth we might have for special things or to support others at a later time in participating in some activity like camp. It was given in honor of this one up here in the front row, Robert Ruby. Y'all know Robert? Come on up, Robert. There he goes. He's embarrassed. I love this. I never get him embarrassed. He talks about stuff you should never be talking about with your parents, and he's not embarrassed. So, Robert is our godson, and he has been here, we realized the other day, for basically a year. Yeah, we celebrated last July 4th and this July 4th. And many of the folks in the community have mentioned that they wanted to sort of celebrate him somehow. And so we are going to do that. As it turned out, when the board decided, oh, let's push birthday Sunday because it's a holiday weekend, et cetera, it also turned out to be Robert Ruby's last day with us. So we're going to use this day for that instead. Now, we've been counting down. To the best of my knowledge, we are at about 20 hours or so before he is gone. I mean, before he catches his plane. He's headed off to spend time with his goduncles, and he's going to San Diego with his mom, and then he's going to camp, and then he's finally going to land in San Diego and go to school and take his next steps. He and I went driving yesterday. That was fun. He is not as good as he thinks. But we had a good time. So, in honor of Robert, I just want to say that we have a gift for you, which will be coming in the mail. It's a check. Okay, for $100, symbolic of a gesture of thank you for everything and meant for you to use for whatever.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Yep, yay. I can say we go yay. Now, in the other room are some cards, or will be, after service, with your name on them. And you will be able to hear from anybody else who wants to talk to Robert, please do. Let him know. But I have observed him. See, here's the thing. We've lived with him. Any of you who've had a teenager know what that means. And we've observed him here. And I've been amazed at how many times I've seen him step up and just help. and just do things. And I've seen people walk up, oh, Robert, you're here. I need that. Would you get that? And where he might say at home, no, not interested, he goes right over there and does it. So somewhere, somehow, we know that you know how to be a good person. Yeah. But I know people have appreciated that, and I've appreciated observing it. So we're going to have a card for you back there. We also have, believe it or not, we could have had a cake, but we said no. Better to get pie, because Robert likes pie. So there are some cream pies back there, right? He likes cream pie. Okay, I thought about having one here that I could use, but I don't. And finally, you will all find a casserole in the other room. I assume Mike has put it in the oven. Yes, he has. A casserole made by Robert's godmother, Robin, and it's his favorite. And so we brought one to share with you today, and so you get to have some casserole. Yay! All right. So let's just bring him up here and let's just bless him. Yes, we got a little of that going on. Oh. Okay, let's outstretch our hands. Robert. We see you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we know all is well as you move forward. Blessings. Huh? Oh, we have to do a photo op. We don't get enough of these. Woo! Talia?
What will we do without you?
Oh. So, we're okay. We're good. I do want to say one more thing, and that is that Robert has also participated with the YVC 505 group and gone to the food bank and done multiple service projects during the year that he's been here. So, thank you.
Thank you. We love you, Robert. Okay. So what a real joy it has been today to celebrate Robert with you, love, to observe and to know love with you, so eloquently spoken by our Reverend Gil. Thank you. And as we go forward, may we remember that we are love and everyone else is too. So, in addition, may I remind you to also take advantage of the prayer being offered by our practitioners today and our lovely, opulent, wonderful prayer garden. And also, you may share your prayer request with us in the back on one of the small slips of paper. I know I did today as well. So please take advantage of this opportunity for prayer and support and love that we offer here today. And also, join us to celebrate Robert in the back with food and wonderful casserole from Robin, and community with all of us in the social hall after our closing song and affirmation. Thank you.
Thank you, Talia. I'd like for you all to stand, and I would like for Margie and Cheryl Ray to come up to the stage and help lead this song. Because obviously Margie has to be up on stage to lead this song. And it was Cheryl Ray's idea to do something a little patriotic, you know. So what's more patriotic than Woody Guthrie? I'm going to hand this to you guys. Okay.
Red, white, and blue. Here we are.
Get your song on, folks.
Okay.
We were blocking the words. Sorry.
Ready? This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I saw below me a golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Chorus. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled and I followed footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. And all around me a voice was sounding. This land is made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Thank you. Thank you. My song assistants, I appreciate it.
Oh, they did us a great job. So let's do our affirmation. You don't have to sit down. You can stand up. This is the last thing we're doing. So let's do our affirmation. It's coming. I had it a minute ago. Yeah, play some music, please. Oh. So I live in love with all those I encounter. I live in love with all those I encounter. Have a great week.